Hello, my name is Steve Gibbon. I'm with Nortel. I'm our global leader for energy solutions and services marketing. And I'm here in Mexico City participating in the Government 2.0 session, and we're talking about all kinds of new social media, new technologies that can allow users to interact and collaborate more effectively with either their government or with their co-workers or with customers. And so what's important here to understand is that with the new technologies we have, the worker doesn't have to go to the office to perform their work. They can do a contact center position, they can do their typical office job, they can do it from home with the proliferation of high-speed broadband access. And so the concept has a lot of opportunities because buildings are a very large expense. And if I could have you take a look at this next set of content here, we're talking about the workplace of tomorrow. Buildings, as we've mentioned, we're trying to de-link them from the day-to-day work that people have to do. And so that's an important thing as we look at the environment and things that we could do to reduce the impact on the environment. Buildings account for approximately 72% of all electricity consumption, 39% of energy use, and 38% of all carbon dioxide emissions. So they are a big opportunity for us to maximize and look at efficiencies in the workspace. And our industry research indicates that between 30 to 40% of physical workspace or seats or cubes are vacant at any given moment of a traditional business day. And on any given day, nearly 1 out of 7 workspaces are vacant for the duration of the day. So reducing costs to maintain the physical workspace by delinking space consumption from headcount is the key point here. And how can we take the new technologies that increase mobility and move away from the concept of the dedicated office workspace into a more collaborative virtual environment? I'd like to introduce you to a tool that we've been demonstrating all of this year called Web.Alive. It's a virtual world, and it's built on gaming technology that a lot of the younger generation is already familiar with. And what we're going to do is see my avatar, my virtual Steve, as opposed to the physical Steve, in this environment. It would allow me, with anybody who has a web browser, to meet me and collaborate with me. It could be a contact center customer situation. It could be a government working with a citizen. It could be a meeting inside the office and people don't have to travel. Here's the avatar. In here is like our meeting space, and over on the right hand side of the screen you'll see there's a map, and this is like a heat map that tells me who else is in the entire space. So as you can see now, there's just a red wedge right over here, and it shows that I'm the only person in the environment right now. But it's helpful in case I come on in, I was invited in, where I may go find some people that I'm going to be meeting with. And so to control my avatar, we use the same basic technologies that the gaming systems use, which are A and S, forward, backward, or excuse me, W and S, forward, backward, and A and D, side to side. And so I'm going to go take a walk through my virtual environment because we're going to pretend we've got a meeting here, and we're going to work with some customer service representatives, and we're going to take a tour into our meeting room where we could go in and work with a customer on any kind of specialty. So we've designed this area for our product groups to meet internally and discuss issues and technologies and work out problems in their specific rooms. And the customer application and contact center could be a customer calls in and would like to have further dialogue, and they could meet the agent and they could meet the avatar and set themselves up there and have further dialogue in a room around the situation that the customer has. So let's take a walk into one of the rooms and see what kind of technology I have available for me. So here we've got some multimedia where I could and it's loading up right now. I could go through a document, I could go through a presentation on more specific information, maybe how to use the product, how to upgrade the product, how to return the product, or watch a video on the other screen that's loading right over here on some information, training, and education on how to maybe get more of the features out of the product, or I had an issue and I wanted to look at a specific piece of information. And here's an opportunity for me to create a tighter bond with a coworker or with my my customer and resolve problems and not have to go into the physical office to be there and still be very productive from here in Mexico City. This is one of the applications that we're using today for Web.Alive, and then also I'd like to take you over to our main meeting areas so we could show a few other applications. Here we have a very large meeting area where we could bring together a group of employees and we could listen to a large presentation from a speaker and watch the presentation move along on the slide. So we've got multiple areas here, and we also have some specific usages. I'm going to turn on a little bit of speed because you can move faster too. And we have other rooms where you can go in and have private meetings and go through more content but in a little bit of a larger space. So here's a room that I've built that's available for your reading audience to come on in and visit Nortel free of charge by downloading the Web.Alive application and creating an avatar. So one of our opportunities for follow-up with your readers is come visit us in Web.Alive and experience that environment for yourself. One of the big benefits I noticed immediately to wrap this up is in the environment you'll see there's lighting and all the typical things we would see in a traditional physical building, but it's not real. And lighting and HVAC are the two most intense users of energy in a building. So the physical versus the virtual world, the virtual has some tremendous savings opportunities. This is a 150 watt server powering over 7,000 square feet of space with basically zero energy usage per square foot.